Start thinking ahead about outfits already.
Come on.
Man, I'm saying that turnout, it was so pumped.
Yep.
It was so live. It was so many people there, so many artists. And like what me and Tim was talking about, the culture. Tim, where you at? He over there in the building.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the building.
Let's go. Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Man, and what we was talking about the culture, and and all those different brands. They're hey, and there's some brothers and sisters out there with their own brands. I like the last brother that I had. It was what was it? The Black Bag. I think the T-shirt with the logo had the bag.
Yeah.
Hey, that was really dope, man.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that turnout.
And then that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? Is that, like we said, it was that culture, and then the chance to go out there and actually be together and network. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the saying? Network to the net worth.
Hey,
let's do it, baby.
Let's do it. We know what. We already gonna talk about some things, but I got to get some things off my chest. Starting with it's a long conversation going on Monday, starting Monday, and it's been lingering. It's been lingering, and it's been going on and going back and forth for a while.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna come around this way.
Now this whole argument, what Stephen A. Smith did on First Take about Colin Kaepernick. Now, which has rubbed me the wrong way, and I've definitely gotta address the elephant in the room on that subject. And okay, y'all go ahead and get the pictures in. You gotta get the pictures in.
With the legend.
Okay. You gotta get a picture in.
All right. Can I say something to you?
Come on, brother. Come on.
Since is Colin coming back? Because since they did him the way I haven't watched football.
You know what? You here for a good segment.
I'm an old school.
Hey, brother, you here for a good segment. We finna talk about this, brother Tim. Okay, you need to get the camera over there by my man's.
I mean, since he stopped playing, man, I have not watched football since.
Well,
and guess who else said that? It's an old legend. What's his name? Is Hank Aaron?
Hank Aaron said he stopped watching football.
Yes.
Well, Saturday, this past Saturday that had passed, Colin Kaepernick was supposed to had gotten an interview, a workout with the NFL. Okay, now everything was, supposed to happen on Saturday. Okay, a lot of people, even me, was questioning the fact of it was suspect for even it to happen on a Saturday before the teams are getting ready. Okay, that's one. Now, the conversation that Stephen A. Smith was having with his co-host Max Kellerman on ESPN, that's First Take, Stephen A. Smith did not sound good as a black man. And the way he was relaying the message of what he's talking about. Now I can somewhat understand what this man's talking about as far as being an American. But that's where he gonna have to pump the brakes and stop. You know what? We gonna separate you being an American, that you got to do what you got to do to get a job.
Right.
To being a black man. We gonna separate being an American to doing what an American is able to do, and being a black man. Now, apparently, what had happened was he showed up to the so-called workout, and they it was a waiver. It's a waiver, an agreement waiver that he's supposed to sign. Okay, and they sent him the waiver saying it was supposed to be the standard waiver. Now, he had his lawyer and his team look at this waiver. Now, it wasn't a standard waiver. It was some language that changed in this waiver. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so after they changed the language, he went to his lawyers and everybody and had them look it over, and they said, absolutely not, you should sign this.
Really?
So he didn't sign the waiver. Okay, I think maybe something had worked out. I don't know. Within that time for him to do the workout right there in front of 25 teams, but he moved the workout 50-something miles down to a high school and had the workout. 8 teams showed up, watched him work out. Okay, everybody's talking about, oh, he should have Stephen A. Smith. Oh, what you want to play football? You want to play football? You want to play football so bad, but you don't have the workout. Okay. His lawyers advised him not to sign his rights away. Mm-hmm. What Stephen A. Smith and a lot of these brothers are not understanding, that's the narrative that we're trying to change. So, Brother Tim, you mean to tell me Antonio Brown, right, can act the way he does, do what he do, all the antics. And we're not just talking about him, we're talking about other people too. Like I said, the involvement with Ray Lewis, when he went through his thing, he might not have murdered somebody, but he might have been involved. Do you get where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick, and then he says, oh, then you show up to the practice in a Kunta Kinte shirt. So what?
Right.
You might as well have said, yeah, and don't show up with that afro either.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, don't show up too black.
Wow.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. Like, come on, brother. Oh, don't you be wearing that shirt in front of them white folks. That's what it felt like. Then he was like, you still, okay, you understand. He's talking about he understand he was walking into the lion's den, and maybe he knew what it was because he knew how the NFL was. Okay. He said, you take every opportunity that you can to try to get back into the NFL. You don't change the language and the narrative of what should really, what the contract should be. That's suspect by itself. It's like, oh, you better take that opportunity that them white folks give you. That's what it feel like.
It's almost like shut up and play basketball.
What Stephen A. Smith does not understand, Colin Kaepernick, back to the Antonio Brown thing, is take me for who I am. They saying, no, we want you to obey. Mm-hmm. They want obedience. That is proof. This man did not commit a crime. Mm-hmm. He kneeled for social justice. Mm-hmm. Antonio Brown, they just had an interview with him about a couple months ago to let him back in the NFL. Am I lying?
Right. Yeah, but then he like reached out to Belichick and all them, talking about he apologized and all that.
But you wait a minute. So you'll take Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, guys that have mental issues, drug health problems. Guys who got cases for beating their wife, all type of other cases, but you can't take him for who he is. They don't want this brother to be a brother. They want him to obey. Right. And if he would have signed that contract, they would have been like, "We got this."
Well, the whole idea behind him doing what he did, too, is he wanted a level playing field. Signing that contract when they gave him a level playing field. Now you allowing all of these cameras of your choice in, which they could change the narrative. Right. And they
didn't want.
They could change. They
didn't want the media there.
Alter the video.
They didn't want. They didn't want the media.
He wanted more control of. Yeah, I want my camera people in so they can get the real story. You more than welcome, but we're going to do this in an open forum to where I have not just your representatives and teams in there. I want the people to see actually what's going on.
You know what?
I don't want you writing my story for me. I want to write my own story.
Absolutely,
and
brother.
that's the thing that they felt disrespected about, and that's just life in general, man. When we do things our own way, that's not accepted by society. That's not even accepted by a lot of our own people.
Right. That's the point I'm making.
That's what.
Go ahead.
A lot of our black leaders stood for, and it's not enough of them nowadays that are doing it. So I applaud him for using his platform to get a message across, because this not only affects him, this affects future generations. Like what he's doing now will pave the way for future generations and future NFL athletes, not just NFL, just sports in general,
period. Right.
To where people don't have to feel like they have to operate within a box and do what you making all kind of money off my likenesses and all of this stuff, but you mean to tell me I can't say what I want to say and it's not a detriment to society. It's just what I believe.
You know what? And that's my point when you say it's a lot of us too. These the brothers I'm addressing on social media. That you talking about grind my gears, brother. And to hit it, and then to hear Max Kellerman, the white man. You missed the episode when T.O. was like, T.O. told Stephen A. Smith, man, Max sound blacker than you. Live on TV.
That sound like
Well,
T.O.
Stephen A. just got that check, though.
I know what? He
Stephen
sound
A.
like a
just
brother that just got paid.
Stephen A. got that check, and he don't want to stir up no ways. But what you got to understand, man, it's not your check when somebody else control it. That's like saying I'm self-employed, but somebody else write my check.
But that's the point what Colin Kaepernick was doing, and they steady like, well, blah blah, and they feel like he want to be a martyr. No, that's what we're trying to change.
That's right.
That's that point right there. What just happened is exactly what we're talking about. What are we talking about here? This man did nothing.
Nothing.
He didn't do a damn thing.
That's the way it is in society for us, though. Like, I mean, it's the same thing with the social injustice.
He can't get a job.
We've been having this issue for a while, but it's on a
absolutely.
bigger
It's just,
platform now because
it's in your face.
It's a black man with money and a title and a platform, and it's different when you talk about the social injustice that's going on in our community with cops killing blacks. Is they have such a small voice until it happens to a point where somebody either videos it or somebody is in a higher up position is telling us to take note of it. This is in your face, and hey,
it's reckoning going on right now. It's reckoning.
And what they trying to do is say, before this workout, the man couldn't play. He was on a downslide of his career.
On a bad team.
On a you know what I'm saying?
On a terrible San Francisco team.
They didn't say that about none of. Did you hear them say anything about Cam?
Absolutely.
Cam Newton is they talking about trading him.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, they're talking about trading him now that his backup has stepped in and doing his thing.
Jones is out there doing his thing.
But I mean, that's just we have to understand, man. When we put in a position, you not only have the responsibility to use your platform, not for just yourself, but for generations and people to come. And when you fail to do that, and I say, it goes along with my brand.
Right.
Failure
Absolutely.
is just not the inability to reach success at a given time. It's also the refusal to use your voice to affect social change. And we don't do enough of that in our communities because we're so worried about how it looks and how we're going to be perceived and how people ain't gonna come out and buy my stuff. People ain't gonna come out and support me.
They're afraid.
But that's looking at the short term effects of it. The long term effects of it is what Colin Kaepernick has done.
Byron Allen. On top of that, it's reckoning going on right now.
Yeah.
Do you understand what this man is going through in the Supreme Court? Do you understand what these people are doing? There's politics going on. There's bad politics going on in this country. We already get that. There's politics within what we're going through too.
Thank you.
And it's on a scale. And like I said, it's a reckoning and an awakening for a lot of us, and we need to pay attention to what is going on and the transparency and support each other. And and when they they talk about Colin Kaepernick and stuff like that. They was like, well, we don't talk about this and this and this, but and it's the black folks, and I'm like, but you're talking about it. We're not talking about his yards and blah blah blah, and he ain't played in 3 years, we're not gonna highlight that, but you just highlighted it just now as you're speaking, and that's you get where I'm coming from, brother. Like you you know, it's I can hear Tom whatever that music is shucking and jiving in the back,
Right,
and
right.
it's rubbing me the wrong way. And when you're on that platform, and man, it's just disheartening. It's like, remember I said that last time, have we come to the point where we're soulless? Sister Monique, how she broke down Steve Harvey. I mean, man, wake, there's a reckoning going on. And
it starts in our community.
It starts with us.
Right.
And we got, and you know what? You damn right it should be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, all of us need to be sitting in the room. You know what? Let's get over it. Let's go ahead and we should talk about it. And a lot of us ain't gonna agree, but this is how we need to talk to each other as brothers. It's gonna be uncomfortable. No, you know what? You're not gonna like some of the things I said, but you know what? We need to talk.
Yeah, that's how we got to this point in society now. Is historically back in the day, we had conversations that
Absolutely.
was uncomfortable. Man, the platforms that we have nowadays is nothing compared to the platforms that they had back then, because back then, you know, if you use your platform to voice your opinion about any wrongdoings, you were either killed or put in jail.
They crucified. They
there
crucified
was
you anyway.
serious consequences to this.
It didn't matter how they did it. You got crucified.
And now we worried about them taking money.
Absolutely.
Like that's the part that worries me, man. Is we've gotten to the point in the black community where money is more valuable than black lives. And the ability to build legacies. That's what this is about, man. It's about building a legacy.
But you know, they did that to us, but we should have secretly still kept it going, because the community raised, you know, from my generation, you got raised by the block, the community. You know, Sister Thompson 2 houses down could have whooped your ass and brought you back to your mama house, and you got another one from there. Guess what I told him? Guess what I caught him doing? You know, but. That's the divide in us, and you're right. It's a big thing with money too, and you know when we need to understand that they put us in a position where we're comfortable and we accept it. No, we built this country.
That's right.
We built this country. Don't accept your comfortability of sitting there going down to the corner store to somebody who ain't from your land and you buying stuff from them. Don't sit in your comfortability. Get out.
Right.
Jump. What we was talking about in my career earlier today.
Yep.
So you know what? You got an idea. You want to put something together. We need to talk more. Like I said, and it's a meme on Facebook, and it's an old cat. I forgot his name, but he was breaking down how black folks talk to each other now, and how he sit and listen to the conversation of black folks right now. And at the end of that little meme, he was like, he said, "Let me tell you something right now." He said, "If it's a bunch of black folks in the room sitting around, if y'all ain't talking about nothing productive, if y'all ain't talking about anything about building with each other or anything positive, y'all don't need to be talking at all."
That's right. That's right.
That's deep.
That's right. Yeah.
That's deep. And
Yeah.
have you listened to some of the conversations that people talk about?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
That's right.
I mean, it's okay to shoot the jive. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that,
Right,
you know. But
right.
the young folks, absolutely nothing. That's the reason. Okay, that's a separate issue from Colin Kaepernick, but this is like I said, we need to be paying attention to brothers like that. Brothers like this man sitting across from me. Brothers like you. Brothers like this man over here. I'm doing the best I can. I can do more, and I will. You hear me? And that is what we need to do as just black men, because you see them emasculating us.
Right. Right.
Look, and it's
You
gonna
see how they doing
It's
us.
going to continue to be like that, man, until we start taking up ownership.
That's right. We were talking about that earlier. I'm from Inglewood, California. I call it culture jacking.
Yeah, and that's what they doing.
Yeah.
That's what they
That's
doing.
what they
Yeah.
doing.
That's
Until
just what they
until
doing.
we start taking ownership, man, we gonna forever be under their thumb. Like we're gonna forever be under corporate thumb. We're gonna be under
Thank you.
the society's thumb, to where we feel like we don't have a voice because we scared we're gonna lose something. I was you know, this is crazy how this kind of coincides with my brand.
Okay.
And I was looking at a segment that Will Smith had done on YouTube, and he was like, it's too many minorities that fear failure to the point to where they're willing to accept a slap in the face, and instead of understanding that, you know, how much power we do have, we would rather sit there and let somebody just slap us in the face repeatedly, you know, and it's about taking ownership, man.
Absolutely,
We
man.
don't we don't realize how, you know, people copy us, you know,
Every day.
for a reason, man.
Every day.
Right.
That's it.
People copy us for a reason.
Look at him. Look.
Watch
Well,
commercials.
why am I saying watch TV?
Yeah, when you
Watch
look at
TV. Look at the
fashion, when you
commercials.
look at
Come on.
music.
Oh, wait a minute. Watch ESPN.
Yeah.
Well, let a segment come on. Let a basketball game come on. Let a football game come on. These white people, they're dancing like us.
Style,
You know,
sports,
they
music,
doing everything like
you
us.
name it. We're trendsetters.
That's right.
But we're
White
just,
folks out
we're
there
just-
braiding their hair.
Yeah,
and
we're
you know
just
what I'm saying?
okay with being comfortable. Like, man, do you realize it's just crazy, man. It's just, I always say like this, man.
They tried to king a white dude, the greatest rapper of all time. Stop.
Well, did you hear about the young cat?
Who?
Bieber.
Justin
Justin Bieber.
Now he's trying to call himself Justin R&B. Yeah, he's going R&B, and guess who's working with him?
Who?
Smokey Robinson.
Oh my goodness.
I mean that you know what, people will look at certain things like that and be like, how dare them? I look at it like this, like, you're welcome.
Right.
You're welcome.
Like me,
You're welcome.
Hey, you know what?
You're welcome.
Just what I do.
Come again. Let me know if you need anything
Hold
else.
on, wait a minute.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Wait a minute. Keep writing that check.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you. You know
You're
what?
welcome.
Because you know what? He coming to Smokey.
As long as my
Smokey
name is
ain't
in them
going to
credits,
him.
you can
He
call
going to
your
Smokey.
name
So long as
Justin
Smo-
Blackman if you
Right.
want to.
Long
as
as-
long as my name is in
Hey,
them
long
credits.
as Smokey pulling the strings,
Oh yeah.
that's his nigga.
That's
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
Excuse me, my brothers, but hey, as long as I don't have a problem with that. But I get where you're coming from as far as the trying to hijack the culture,
Right.
You know, and
Right.
you know, you got through these, you know, they need to just bow down and just give us praise.
Right.
But you know,
That's what they need to do.
They're not going to.
That's not-
They're
right.
not going to do it because we're not going to demand it.
We got to take it.
Until we start demanding it. It's like, yeah, you want something from me? Okay, this is what I want from you.
Right. Exactly.
How valuable is what I have
Absolutely.
that you want? What are you willing to do, or what are you willing to pay for it?
Right. Exactly.
And
Okay. I'm gonna play the advocate here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what they want from you, yes, they want it, but they're the price that you want them to pay is saying that, okay, well, now I'm not gonna pay you that price, but I'm gonna go over here and get this cat over here, same color, can do what you can do.
Yeah, that's how
but
they
not,
work.
but not as professional as you, but it's okay. But I'm going to pay him 10 times less than what I'm going to pay you.
well, you know what? It goes back to what he said. You don't have to be white to be culture jacking.
No, you don't.
can be black and be culture
Yes.
jacking.
Oh,
And
yeah.
to me,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's culture jacking.
Right.
If you don't want what I have, and especially if the brother's next to me and knows, you know, that you want something from me, and he side chicken and like, hey man, he won't do it, and I'll do it. That's the problem that I'm talking about that we having in the community is that we have so many different agendas, man. We need to have one agenda.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's so many different agendas. I mean, it's just in business, period. Like, but the outcome should be about building legacies, man. You know, you cannot leave this world in the same way you found it.
Absolutely, man.
Okay. Did y'all hear about the lady, the young lady who now owns her bank?
Yeah. I
Black
saw that on
woman.
Facebook. Yeah.
Black woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we all know that she couldn't do it by herself.
Right.
The people that surround her, okay? Yes, they are black. but they're well educated.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I get where you come from. Yeah, you have to serve. No, you're right, and we keep saying that about people now and us. We need to teach the kids to start educating themselves and educating each other. That's what we need to do. We need to start planting seeds. So we wouldn't be having this conversation as much as we doing right now. And we need to educate them, open their mind to something else. Show them something else.
Right.
Show them, hey, you know what? Y'all can politic like this. And they not teaching that in schools. You understand? Yeah, they'll get little projects putting kids together, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Half these kids, they don't teach, like, social studies ain't social studies. You understand what I'm saying?
History ain't history.
Ain't history.
We all grew up in public schools
Right.
learning
Right.
what somebody else's history
Right,
was,
absolutely.
is.
Right.
We haven't taken the time to learn what our own history.
Right.
Black history shouldn't be an elective.
Oh man.
That should be a mandatory,
Right, right,
required
Brother.
requirement,
Right.
especially if you're a person of color. It should, and I'm not saying it should be limited. If you want to work with me, if what you're interested in is minority based, you need to learn my history.
You know what? We need to open up more schools. Us.
Right.
What you think?
Us.
That's why I can't say LeBron is my favorite player, but he's what I would call my favorite active player.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I don't mean just out, promote Nike. This man is actively in his community.
He not playing.
He sees a need and he's doing something about
He
it.
ain't playing.
He's opening schools. Like it's crazy to me. When you talk about my favorite basketball player of all time is Michael Jordan. But do I agree with how he's used his platform?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
That's
not.
where I'm at. Different men on the court and off the court.
Thank you.
LeBron is outstanding man, and from where he came from too. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, I tip my hats off to him, man. But that, for example, everybody's opening up, and I'm talking just not do what you want to do with your life. I'm talking entertainers. You got guys like Flint, Michigan needed help with the water, right? So Floyd Mayweather from there. He said, "Nah, Flint ain't never done nothing for me."
Really?
Yeah, it was in a written interview.
Wow.
He said, "Flint ain't never did nothing for me." When the last time you seen him do anything? Brothers that are millionaires, about to be
Right.
billionaires, they can open up easily 4-5 black schools that could teach our history, teach
Thank
us.
you.
We could teach each other.
That's right.
And teachers that will come work for that school that will enjoy doing it. We got the power, as entertainers, actors, and stuff like that to plant seeds in the community. They just ain't doing it.
Okay. Now, open up an all black school.
Now I'm not saying all black school, but I'm talking.
But it has to teach our history.
A school that has absolutely.
You got white people going to black colleges.
Well, get black college.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying. Don't hear me when I say this is a black rooted, not white rooted schools. You understand what I'm saying? A government rooted schools. So we got. I'm talking about, and teachers would probably love to come to that. Knowing the root of the history, and we teach the history the right way. You understand what I'm saying? Of course, with your curriculum classes and stuff like that, but everything gets taught the right way. See, we can do that. A lot of people, like black people, ain't talking about doing that, and it baffles me. How much? Look, I can line up probably in my head 100. Okay, 25 athletes, 25 R&B singers, 25 rappers. You know how much money that is right there? That's like $1 gazillion. I ain't in everybody's pockets, but do you understand where I'm coming from? It makes no sense that we ain't talking like that after all the rhetoric that we are watching go on right now. I'm gonna say it loud. You know that. I ain't playing.
Right.
I'd say
And it's in my face. I wish I was on a larger platform or somewhere like an award show and then get that speech to them. They need to hear that.
That's right.
We need to hear that. If you know how much, man, if I walked up on I don't know how many $1 million right now, I'm on the phone like, you know what, brother? Hey, get a cup. Yeah, hey, you know what? You interested in this? You interested in that?
Right.
It's okay. You can do things that's still gonna make a profit for you, but it's gonna go back. Some of it's gonna go back into the community. So it ain't like you gonna go broke. You getting some back, but it's actually helping though.
Investing in the community.
You
It's
making
more-
money
it's
invested
more-
off the
it's
community,
more
making it
about
better.
The value,
The value
of what it's going to do to the community.
So true.
And a lot of athletes and people that are in influential positions when it comes to finances, that's the problem, man. The profit margin. They look at a profit margin instead of how it will in the long term affect the community. And I don't know the numbers. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do when it comes to the profitability of opening a school.
right?
That it shouldn't even be a consideration.
It shouldn't be. It's just that shouldn't even matter.
That shouldn't even be a consideration. But it is, and that's why I said, our priorities are all.
Wait a minute.
Are horrible.
$20 million mansion. 4 of y'all live in a house. Our priorities are all the way messed up.
Well, y'all know what us four have to do. We can't only just talk about it. We got to.
We gotta be about it.
Gotta be
We
about it.
gotta be about it.
So we actually have a platform that we have a platform. These things right here.
Hold on.
Right,
You got
right,
wait a minute.
right.
You have to want to be about it,
These
and I
things
want to
right
be
here.
about it.
Right.
These are your platforms.
Yep.
If you can think it, it can be done.
That's right.
So we got to all get together as a community, as a race, as a whatever, and start putting a plan in place, man.
Right.
And
like you said, be about it, because I notice. To me, I'm from LA, man, and I see things here that there's no unity with black folks.
it is.
You
Yeah.
said it before
Yeah.
earlier. It's almost like I'm over here gathering up all
right,
my nuts like
right,
a squirrel.
right.
Yeah, but everybody else is like real standoffish,
Right.
and that to me is a clique.
You know
You
what?
can't be in a clique when it comes to your own kind, because that's just, it's terrible to see stuff, just like we were talking earlier when I was doing my music show. The Hispanics are running our music. And I done met everywhere I moved to. I went to Memphis, Tennessee. I worked with
you ain't
legends.
wrong about that.
Nothing but legends, man. I'm gonna tell you, everywhere I go, I meet legends, and I work with them. But this here in Phoenix, I've never seen what I see now with the blacks. Is just, I even questioned Ellis. I said, how come is not a black radio station here?
The main reason why, and the flip side of that is why I do love Arizona is that the ability to do it is available.
The opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
The opportunity is available, but the thing about Arizona is such a melting pot. People come out to Arizona and get comfortable.
That's what they do.
Thank you.
People come out to Arizona
It's
to
a
get
retirement.
Because
I love
it is
Arizona.
always
It's retirement.
it's
right?
always been known as a retirement, but
it's
it's
starting
fastly
to,
changing
it's
though.
starting to build.
It is
Fastest growing city
literally
since the Prohibition, Chicago.
it is literally
Okay.
it
It's
is
growing
literally
faster than
becoming
that.
a little
Okay.
LA. They're calling it a little LA. It's the
Okay.
most lived in state by professional athletes.
Yeah, it is.
And so what you do is they come out here and get comfortable, man. They come out here and get comfortable. They have no vision. And this is the place that I say it all the time when we talk about it. I'm like, Arizona is a place where it has no identity.
Right.
It's an open market. You could do like you couldn't go to Memphis and say I want to open up a chicken joint. You're gonna have 189 chicken restaurants in Memphis.
Right.
You come to Arizona and say I want to open up a chicken restaurant. People are like, oh, put one on my side of town. We don't have one
And
over
you know
there.
what? And that's exactly what the brothers from Chicago did. They put a Harold's Chicken over there on the
And
side.
bro, and
the
until
line
this
is
day-
around the corner.
Until this day,
Really?
he opened it almost 3 months now. A little bit less than 3
The
months, like
line-
2.5 months.
Almost too much.
Almost
Yeah.
2 months. Almost 2 months.
And he still has a line.
The line around the corner.
Still has a line.
Brought it from the south side of Chicago.
I know the guy, and he's a good friend. Shout out to Harold's Chicken on Baseline. I have to go and call him ahead of time and pick my order up through the back door.
Whoa.
That's how busy they are, and that's just proving my point. And not only Harold's, it's a lot of Chicago-based restaurants that are opening up out
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely.
And it's so much opportunity, man. We talk about wanting to open up a clothing store and this and that and this and that. Man, put something in the community that's gonna be, that's gonna cause the community to thrive.
Right. Absolutely. right.
I mean, it's just and that's the thing about Arizona, man. It's people come and just get too comfortable.
See, eventually they don't know if you plant a seed, it become a landmark. That's just what it is. You hit it on the head, brother.
They sure
they
did.
come out here and they get comfortable.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to look. A lot
I
of
said
people
about,
are running.
My bad, brother. But like I said about us, just in general, just not just Arizona, us in general, we're comfortable. I'm comfortable going to work every day. I mean, everybody can't do everything.
Right.
Everybody has. You get where I'm coming from, but you're comfortable. Are you really comfortable understanding that you gonna retire for somebody else? Do you get one? I go to work every day. I'm like,
Can you really retire these days?
can you right? Exactly. Exactly. That you hoping that you gonna live to see that retirement.
Well, you can
You
make it
understand
to
what
the
I'm
finish
saying?
line
Right.
of a job
Right.
to go through the starting gate of another job.
Another job.
That's it.
Like your time is done here.
Right. Right.
But and this is the thing, man. And I don't want to knock people that come out here and get, because it's easy to do. It's
it
easy
is. It
when
is.
you come from the Chicagos, when you come from the LA, where
New York.
just
It's
the
go.
New Yorks
It's
and,
go.
and,
It's
and
go.
being in the streets and in the hoods and every day is a survival.
Every
Like
day.
you just even to go to school, you make it to school, you like, damn, I made it to school.
Now I gotta go see these fools.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
come out.
saying?
You come out here to Arizona, and you don't have that to worry about. It's easy to get comfortable. It's easy to get relaxed, and that's why a lot of people that come from areas like that, for whatever reason, you may have got ran out of your hometown, and now you're in
Right,
Arizona.
right.
You come out here, and it does make you comfortable. It does make you comfortable. It's something on the inside of you, though, that it has got to be like, this is not enough for me. This is giving me a second chance at doing something that I couldn't have done back in Chicago, or I couldn't have done in LA. But it's just that, it's okay to come out here and get a little comfortable,
See,
but
we-
don't
we-
get too comfortable.
But see, that's what we.
And we come out to LA and out to Arizona, we got too comfortable.
You know what? That's what we need to do though. And as far as, like I said, planting them seeds.
That's right.
You know what? I talk to a black man every day. If I told you that, and I told y'all that, I'm not playing. I pass every black man that I pass. I speak to him. What's going on, brother? How y'all doing? What's going on, black man? What's
Right.
we gotta start somewhere.
It's
We gotta
come
plant a
back.
seed.
You're right.
We got
A lot of that has to
just,
come back.
even if it's just me just speaking and saying, hey, what's you know what I'm saying? Hey, all right now, I started some great conversations with met some nice people. Just doing that, and then we need to split. Like I said, I don't know. I'm this is the beginning for me. What 5-10 years from now, you know what? Like I said, if I can do it, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna at least make an attempt. I'm gonna make sure I talk to my brothers and do it. We gotta pass it down, and that's where and it has to grow from there. That's the tough thing with now, because the kids now, because of how society's been, they so hard headed. We the ass whooping era is gone.
It's been gone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now we gotta, instead of whooping that ass, we gotta whoop that head.
Whoop that head. That's
We
right.
gotta punch them in the head with knowledge, and
With knowledge, y'all. Y'all understand that?
with knowledge. Punch them in the head with knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay.
But you know, and
you
that,
got that positive mind frame to where that's what the youngins need to
Cause
hear.
I've been the other person. I've been that brother. I'm a totally different man. I'm not perfect, but I do my damn best, and I'm not gonna lie to you right now. Look,
That's what counts.
I know why. I was one of them. You understand what I'm saying?
I was the knucklehead.
Hey, you get it.
Yeah, I was the
we
knucklehead.
all
Yeah.
we
And you know
all
what?
have traveled down that road, and like you said, we ain't perfect. God's working on us.
You know what? But
right.
that's what I'm talking. That's
he,
what I'm
he, work, he working on us.
That's what I'm talking about,
A working
though.
process.
planting the seed. So, cause I don't want any one of them having to go through that at all. I want them to be so educated to the point where, you know, yeah, we may live in this neighborhood, but you know what? We gonna change it.
That's right.
And instead of them being out there, and honestly, I look at it sometime and I'm like, man, it's got to be something that can spark brothers to cut it out.
That's right.
Because we gotta. I'm talking about, and we gotta get in the rooted areas, in our true black areas, into the street. If we can get these brothers educated, do you understand what I'm saying? We could save a lot of them.
That's right.
But see, what it boils down to too is the what is that the models, the role models.
Absolutely.
You know, your athletes, your
Yes.
your just entertainment period.
And
You know,
that's what I'm talking about as far as
how
the
they
seed.
how they stop get off their high horse for a little bit,
right.
just for a little second, and just start to move within the community. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody and be touchable.
And stop fooling them.
You know,
Right.
I'm not telling them to go and be their best friend.
Right. I know what you're
invite them
saying.
over the house and all that stuff. I'm not
Right.
saying all that. I'm just saying just get in there and show that you really care
Right.
about your
So-
community.
The message,
I'm
and
a human
the
being
message
just
and
like
the
you.
dialogue. The message and the dialogue has to change, man. We have to start instilling in these kids that they don't have to be athletes. You can be a scientist. You can
Yes,
do
yes.
other things other than
Inventor,
sports,
yeah.
because
Right,
coming
right.
from an urban environment, man, a lot of us think that it's we were raised to think that there's only two ways to get out of the hood.
athlete,
Thank
Either
dancer,
through music or as
Right,
an
just
athlete
those platforms.
or a drug dealer.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yep, yep.
and those three avenues, that's what these kids think about when you talk about true urban areas. So the conversation has to change. That's why I created this brand, is that I want to change the conversation. That's why I go do the speaking engagements, and I don't
I'll be
and
saying
I'm not
them too,
saying
man.
I'm not
That's what's
saying
up.
that I'm not open to going to Scottsdale, but I love going to my secondary schools. I love going to the impoverished schools because they're me. That's who I
Right,
was.
right.
That's how I grew up. And I'm not saying that at some point in my childhood that I wasn't blessed to be able to afford things that I didn't at my early, but I can relate to them. And so it starts with doing stuff like that, doing stuff that and creating things that puts you in a community where you can change that conversation. I want to talk about the stuff that people are scared to talk about.
Right.
The stuff that is life, that's real.
That's uncomfortable.
you know,
Right,
and I don't want you
That's
tell
the point.
It's uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Shy
That-
away from
you
that
know what?
uncomfortable.
You know what? When the elephant is in the room, okay, nope.
Thank you.
Right here. We gonna
gotta
talk about it
address it.
right now.
That's right.
You know, that's enough of that. You know what? Whatever I gotta eat, I gotta eat that. We need to take more ownership,
That's right.
and it is what it is. And it is what it is. We need to take more ownership. We need to get together, and talk about it, Tim.
Yeah.
And
Well,
let
he's
it
saying
get
the right
uncomfortable.
Because you got a lot of folks running around here tiptoeing, and what's that word they used back in the day with like our ancestors? Yes, I'm bossing.
Oh yeah,
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 You
yeah,
got a lot of
yeah.
yes, I'm
Yes,
bossing.
yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir,
master.
yes, sir, master.
Yes, sir, master.
It's a lot of them.
Yeah.
out there.
They don't want to
And-
cross
and
that
so-
gun line.
No.
And so
You know what I'm talking about?
it has to change, man. Our conversation, the narrative has to change
Yeah.
because
That's right.
if it doesn't, we like you said, we can't sugarcoat things, man. We got to tell these kids how it is. And first they got to, the whole idea behind when I go and I speak to schools is one of the first things that I tell kids do is, regardless of how much people believe in you, you have to believe in yourself
Yes, you
first.
do.
right.
Yes, you do.
There you go.
And if we're not still instilling those morals and those values that allow these kids to believe in themselves, it doesn't matter who we put in front of them, because they're not going to have the confidence to think that they can be that person or do that thing. The other thing is, we got to create a plan, and it can't be a plan B. It's got to be a plan A. There's no such thing as a plan B, because when you have a plan B, that means you leaving yourself a way out.
Hey, and you know what?
Right,
And before we go, I want to piggyback off that. You right about that, and to another point, suicide is bad, just period, and it just it's terrible. But in our black community lately, the suicide rate in our community.
What about the kids?
Do you get what? That's what I'm talking about.
The number,
Children.
yeah, oh yeah.
We wasn't thinking like that.
No.
That I mean, it's everywhere. You have your percentages of people, but to the level, at the heightened level that it is, you got kids making rap songs about suicide.
And the reason being is that everybody thinks the idea of success is material. And you have these kids going around comparing themselves to other kids and thinking that having this game, having this is the idea of success.
Not
And
only that,
it's not.
the bullying issue of
that
toughness, and I mean, I don't want to question nobody. I'm very sensitive to suicide. I knew somebody who committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? But let's understand that just the level of they took away how we raised our kids.
That's right.
We never thought about that. I'm talking out of an entire community. You never thought not one of anybody. No, ain't nobody. No, he would never do that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to. I'm telling you, we have to. We have to do. I can't put my put a word to it.
We need to start paying more attention to these kids.
Man.
Because there's always warning signs.
Yeah.
And we
there's
ain't
warning signs,
watching
and
it.
we're not paying attention to it, man. And somebody has to has to pay attention to these kids, because like I said, man, they're giving us all the signs. These kids are on social media. You see what they post. You see what they say in their posts. And it all starts with us as parents, man.
We got to install
you
confidence.
said it earlier.
Confidence in these,
you
in these
said
children.
it earlier about going up the street, getting a whooping, and then coming back home.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't care what the law says about how I discipline my kid.
I know that's right.
I know how I was raised, and I know
Absolutely.
how
I
it affects
turned
me.
down. I'm saying
We got to
Yeah.
stop letting this government,
Right.
stop letting state tell us how we raise our kids, because it ain't working.
back to Colin Kaepernick.
It's not working.
Yeah.
And obey.
That's right. That's the right
They
word.
putting in installing ways to make us obey. They doing it in Hollywood. They doing it to our actors.
And-
Do you see these dudes now?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, brother. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You see these athletes coming to this podium, what they wearing and stuff. You know now. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They say it's a form of genocide.
Well, back in the day when I was coming up, they call it couching.
Huh.
Wow. Now couching is, boy, if you ever hear that term,
I'm going to Google it.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to Google it.
I don't know what
Google
that is.
couching.
hey, I'll give you a little bit. When I walked in one room, the brother that played Professor Overby and a couple of other ones.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
I had to walk out.
Oh, I believe that.
Because I didn't smell.
Oh!
And I'm going to leave it like that.
Okay.
They was like, "Where's that dude that got that high voice?" I said, "Don't get it twisted. I just sing high."
Exactly.
You know
See,
what I'm saying?
but you
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
But you feel-
Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Hey, I'm saying, I know that's
I'ma
right.
tell you, I'm like,
But-
I ain't never crossed that street. Don't play it.
Hey, but hey,
I'm
you know
old
what?
school,
They,
brother.
hey, you know what? They say that they say that about a lot of them.
Thank
They
you.
said they said it about Puffy.
Oh, hey,
It's been a lot
hold
of
on, wait a
people
minute. I think we already know about Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so yeah. Oh, absolutely.
yeah, man.
So I'm just you know, but let's not get off the subject at hand. But you get they're writing in narratives, right? Man, I'm talking about diabolically,
But we letting them. Though.
and we letting them.
We letting them.
We letting them change. They know what? They narrated the way hip hop is.
Oh yeah.
We got to get back two things: our identity, and we got to learn how to value our time.
Absolutely, man.
Right.
Until we know how to do both of those things, we're not gonna value our time, and we never are gonna learn who we are.
We gotta start. We gotta love each other, man.
We
That's
got
it.
to. We got to get those things back, man.
That's
Like,
where it
I love all y'all brothers in here.
Hey,
Like,
yes, sir.
Love you back. Love you back.
That's just
That's it.
We ain't gonna be
Same
couching,
here,
but
my
I
brother.
love
Hey,
you.
you damn right we ain't gonna do no couching, brother.
Ain't gonna be no
Hey,
couching.
hey, you know what? I
got me a new word now.
I done stole that one.
Ain't
don't
nobody
you be
in Arizona
Hey,
gonna
don't you
know
be over there
what.
couching now. Don't you be over there
Man, I
couching.
know you be couching. I know you be couching.
Hey, you know what? Hey man, I'm glad you sat and joined us, brother, man.
Oh,
and this is a
welcome,
great
my
segment.
brother. Yeah.
This is a great segment, and this is what we need to do. We need to talk.
Thank you.
And it ain't always got to be about sports. We apologize if we didn't talk as much about.
Oh,
sports.
we talked about Colin Kaepernick. We got some sports in there.
Yeah, we did, but this is what's important, man. This is the stuff that we have to voice our opinion
Absolutely.
and make statements about is what's going on in the community, because what's going on in the community affects sports and it affects
Yes,
society.
yes.
So if we don't talk about this stuff, then we're not doing our job and using our platform in the right way.
And to piggyback off that, the thing with Byron Allen, this is important.
Yeah.
This is about our voice.
Yeah.
This is about our media voice.
Yeah.
You understand? This is about us. People need to pay. Look, if y'all see it come up, well, if it scroll up your Facebook, your Instagram, or whatever, y'all need to read this.
That's right.
This is about our voice being said loud.
Say it loud.
Say it loud. Hey, the other thing is, man, y'all pay attention to these movies and stuff that you see on social media, man, because we take this stuff for face value, but there's a hidden message behind all of these movies, all of these things that's popping up on social media. It's letting you know what's going on in society without actually letting you know.
Right.
These movies and stuff that's happening, this stuff is real. I mean, they're not making this up. It's stemming from somewhere. So
Right.
so start paying attention. Like they say, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake
For
up.
real.
Oh, and everybody, tune in to watch the Bronze Bomber tonight. Ortiz 2, Deontay Wilder, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, T-Town. You know I gotta represent. Fight's coming on in a little bit, y'all. I hope y'all watch the fight. Watch the fight. Say it loud.
Say it loud.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in to AZ in the Nose. Say It Loud Sports. All right. And thank you for David Atmore for coming in and being our special guest on today. And y'all tune in next week. Same time. Same channel. All right. Let's get it. So stay woke.